Good morning. Good morning, guys. How is everything going on this awesomely beautiful wintry morning? So, past week it's been a bit quiet. I have sort of been out of action, but we are back and running again for this week. So it is Monday Mantras, that time of the week. And a lot has been going on. Hell of a lot has been going on in the Tribe of Traders over the past couple of weeks, and some amazing developments and amazing achievements as well. But what I want to focus on today is it seems to be coming up more and more recently, and was particularly striking for me recently when I was speaking at an event, and this event was full of entrepreneurs, people entrepreneurs making money online and so on. And I asked a question: do you love wealth? Do you love money? And unanimously, the answer was no. And I find that alarming because the room is full of entrepreneurs, and there's a discrepancy, isn't there? You think about it. I mean, how can you not love wealth or money if you're an entrepreneur? That there's a mismatch, a disjointed link, a broken link. So if you think about the power, well, if everything is energy, and you think of the power of your beliefs, that creates your thoughts, that creates your actions, that creates your results. How is having or believing that money is that you don't love it, or it's not good, or you're not worthy of it, whatever the feeling is, there's a broken link there. So it's money is not going to flow, right? It's not going to flow into your business. You're not allowing it to flow into your business. You're blocking it. So certainly, if you're an entrepreneur, that needs to you'd be wise to adjust that. But I also know that it applies equally to a lot of people who are trading. And if you don't love money, you don't love wealth, and you are trading, you're literally barking up the wrong tree. You are fighting a losing battle. It'd be really wise to reframe that. And there's many ways in which you can do it, right? And for the purposes of this is like I'm going to be doing a deep dive in the trading community on Thursday on the whole issue around money. In fact, the title is, do you think wealthy people are narcissistic? So if you want to join me on that, it's a deep dive into money and our relationship with money. If you want to join me on that in the trading community on Thursday at 1:00 or 1:30, it'd be lovely to have you there. But in the meantime, if you are a trader and you feel there's a resistance for you to loving money or wealth, there's a couple of things I want you to do, a couple of ideas that I would love to share with you. And one of them is, if you don't love money yourself, what can you do with money or wealth if you had it? Okay, so if you don't want it for yourself and your family, what can you do? It's like I saw on Facebook yesterday a clip of these kayakers in Namibia, and they always bring equipment with them to release seals from fishing netting and line. And this video was heartbreaking. So they kayak every day up and down the shore in various parts of Namibia, where there's lots and lots of seals. The most awesomely cute seals. And right from like little babies, to big ones, they're suffocating, around the neck or around the body, or they're what do you call their clippers? Okay, with the fishing line, and getting entangled in it, and as they grow, it gets tighter, and cutting off circulation and stuff like that. But like, then I thought, well, if you yourself don't love money, what can you do with wealth? What is it that's really important to you? Like sea life, animals, like they're very important to me. They're just high on my values. So I'd imagine, like, can you put money and resources into freeing seals from being entangled in fishing line? What is it that is important to you, that with money or with wealth, that you can actually make a difference in life? Because that's extremely rewarding, right? So if it's not for you, I'm just thinking of different ways in which you could potentially look at increasing your perception, or improving rather your perception of money and wealth. If you don't want it for yourself, what can you do with it? What is important to you? Is it animals? Is it your family? Is it your community? Is it your church? What is it that's important to you that you can contribute to by having wealth or money? Because if you're trading and you don't love money or wealth, you really are creating a block. You're creating a broken link. One of the ways in which you can also increase your appreciation of money and wealth is by consistently saving. Consistently saving is a very important it's a very important thing to do. In actual fact, it should be a step that you do before you even start trading. It should be your very first level of saving, is each and every month putting 10% away every single month. Put 10%. As soon as you're paid, as soon as you get money in, you put 10% away. You start with 10%, okay? Put it away to what a bank account or any form of savings, to an account that you will not touch. It doesn't get touched. It's your wealth fund. All right, just 10%, even if it's just 5%, start with something, preferably 10. And one thing I learned from my friend and my own mentor, Dr. John DeMartini, is every 3 months, I learned this many, many years ago, every 3 months, you increase it by 10%. So after 3 months, it's 11%. And then after 3 months, it is 12.1%, and so on and so on. So it just keeps increasing. And you will be amazed at how effortless that becomes, how you, after every 3 months, you don't miss that extra 10%. So you save 10% for 3 months, and then you increase that 10% by 10% 3 months later. And you increase that then by 10% 3 months after that. And it makes that the act of doing that does a lot for your self-worth, but it also does a lot for your net worth, because you're incrementally, consistently increasing your wealth. All right. And with wealth, with cash flow, with cash wealth, it gives you so much empowerment. It makes the more cash wealth you are, the more you live life on your terms, to your agenda, not subjugating yourself to other people's agenda, the agenda of society, the agenda of community, the agenda of religion. You are in control of your life. Once you start doing that as well, your self-worth goes up, and the more in which you feel you deserve wealth and deserve money and deserve to be handsomely paid for what you do, that increases. So between those two practical things I've given you today, if you apply those, if there's any part of you that feels that you don't deserve money, you don't deserve wealth, or you don't love wealth, you don't love money, They're two practical things in which you can start applying today in order to start building your perception around wealth. Because the moment, if you're trying to, even if you're just trying to survive, even if you're just trying to get by, even if you just want enough money to get by not loving wealth, you're blocking it. But why would you want to just get by? Why not thrive in life? The more financially empowered you are, the more you're living life on your terms. And you deserve that. Everyone deserves that. But if you've got a block, if you're stopping that flow by not loving it, by not having a high value on wealth or money, there's a broken link. It's like an electric current. There's a broken link. It's not going to work. It's not going to flow. And you're going to be interrupting it. If you're trying to trade, you're making your life extremely difficult. So there's two practical things that you can do from today that could start shifting your perception, start shifting how you see money and wealth. What is it that you can do? What impact can you have? Who can you help? What can you help? Like the kayakers in Namibia I just shared earlier, how they are essentially saving the lives of thousands of seals, from like literally a few days old to rather large ones, like fully grown seals, by releasing them from the netting. Is that something that's important to you? What is it? Is it dogs or cats, or is it orphanages? What is it for you? What is it that you could do? Well, if it's not for you, who can you do it for? What can you do? And the other thing is, start increasing your self-worth by increasing your net worth, by increasing your savings every single month, which you actually need to be doing. If you're trading, you need to be saving every single month anyway. Okay, that is an essential. You can't speculate if you haven't got a way of saving money every month. Okay, so saving money, that's your first layer, that's your first level of building your net worth, of building your savings, is actually putting aside cash every month. After that comes speculating, like trading or property or whatever it is. Okay, so your mantra this week is going to be, I deserve wealth. Okay, that's this week. I deserve wealth. Because you cannot have a broken link with money and still expect to trade successfully, can you? It stands to reason. So if you'd love to dive deeper into that, join me in the trading community at 13:30 on Thursday. What day is Thursday? It is the 17th. On Thursday the 17th, 13:30 UK time, in the trading community. I want to dive deeper, and the topic is, do you think wealthy people are narcissistic? Okay, I'll see you there. Take care. Bye-bye.